Today we are taking a detailed look at the Synology DiskStation, which is the DS925 Plus. If you are upgrading your home or office NAS or looking for a powerful 4-bay solution, the DS925 Plus is a 4-bay plus expansion unit NAS from Synology. Out of the box, it supports up to 4 drives internally, and you can expand further. According to Synology, it can support up to 180 terabytes of raw storage when paired with the expansion unit. It also delivers high sequential performance up to 522 MB per second read and 565 MB per second write. In short, this isn't just a regular 1 gigabit home NAS. It's aimed at more demanding storage, backup, sharing, and even small office uses. Now you might be wondering, how does this compare with the previous model, which was the DS923 Plus? Here are the key upgrades. The CPU in the DS923 Plus was the AMD Ryzen R1600 dual core. The DS925 Plus uses the AMD Ryzen V1500B quad core 8-thread at 2.2 GHz base. That gives noticeably more processing headroom. The DS923 Plus uses an eSATA port. With the DS925 Plus, you will get a USB-C expansion port for the DX525 expansion unit instead. And one thing I want to highlight here, while the DS923 Plus supported an optional 10 gigabit Ethernet upgrade module, but the DS925 Plus does not support a 10 gigabit Ethernet add-in card. So if we talk about the key specification, let's talk more in detail about what the hardware offers. So it offers 4 drive bays internally, 3.5-inch or 2.5-inch SATA, HDD or SSD, and 2 M2 NVMe slots for caching or storage pool. And for the built-in network, it has 2 times RJ45 2.5 gigabit Ethernet ports, link aggression and failover supported. And when it comes to the expansion via USB-C port to add the DX525 expansion unit for up to 9 drives in total. And for the RAM, it ships with 4 GB DDR4 ECC expandable up to 32 GB. So in our case, we are using 2 into 4 terabyte drives now and planning to upgrade later, but we are good in shape in terms of what the base use case study will be for this unit. If we talk about the networking and benefits of having the 2.5 gigabit Ethernet, this is the key area of many users out there, that the dual 2.5 gigabit Ethernet port compared to the traditional 1 gigabit Ethernet port, I believe 2.5 gives you up to 2.5 times the theoretical bandwidth. In practical terms, if you switch and client devices support it, you could be seeing substantially higher file transfer speeds. So here are the few of the benefits: faster, larger file transfer for video, bulk photo libraries, and backup. It better supports for multiple users accessing the NAS simultaneously. It gives you an improved headroom for future network use. Link aggression and failover gives you a redundancy and load balancing options. However, remember, the DS925 Plus does not support a 10 gigabits Ethernet add-in module. If you anticipate 10 GB or higher networking in your workflow, you may hit a ceiling here. If 4 GB isn't enough for your workload, such as many containers or virtual machines, you can expand. Make sure to check compatibility. The move to USB-C instead of eSATA is modularization. The USB-C expansion is still limited by its bandwidth. Also, the USB-C port is only used for the expansion unit, which is the DX525. You cannot use it to directly plug in an external drive for a storage pool. So in our case, we have got 2 into 4 terabytes drive installed now, giving us total of the 8 terabyte raw before RAID. We will expand later with more drives or larger drives in upcoming days maybe. So 4 TB is, I think, a solid standing point for many users. If you expand later with 8, 12 or 20 terabyte drives, you will get plenty of space for years to come. Pricing of large NAS drives has dropped, but high capacity NAS rated drives still carry a premium. So it's a best practice to pick up drives from compatibility list. So early reviews of the DS925 Plus noted a restrictive policy on hard drives. So this caused frustration among users who are used to selecting drives for a cost and capacity flexibility. The good side was that Synology could guarantee performance and compatibility. The bad side was it limited user choice and potentially increased cost. However, in October 2025, Synology announced a DSM 7.3 update that removed the hard drive limitation for these models, allowing third-party hard drives again. While originally restrictive, the policy has been relaxed, so you guys can check out the latest hardware compatibility list. Okay, so now time for the setup. This one comes with the instruction manual. You can scan it here and you guys can just see all the manual on the website. It's very nicely defined what the hardware is, how to set up the software and everything. So we're going to do one by one everything with you guys. In our case, we have two hard drives, so for 4 terabytes. So let's open these and install one by one. Okay, so of course we have a compatible Synology hard drive. So to install this, you just take this out from here, just like that. Okay, so here you can see there are two arrows here on the side. You just press them and you take these things out exactly like that. Okay, and then you just place your hard drive facing down, just like that. And it slides in very nicely. It tucks in and it's very secure here. And then you can put these back. Yep, you hear the tick sound, I think is good to go. And this is how it looks. And then we're going to take this and put it just like that. And it should be good to go. Okay, so the other things we have, which comes with it, of course, the power cable, one of the power cable we will use. Then we have a keys just to secure your hard drives. If you want to, you can lock it so nobody can open it. And then we have a brick itself. They also provided some of the screws. This is to screw the hard drives inside to make it more secure. Or if you have a SSD, the smaller version of it, then you can do that also using these screws. Then the last thing we have are the two Ethernet cables. Though it's very short cables, but if you are putting your server just beside the router or anything, so it will be good enough to utilize it. Always make sure that whenever you're using the servers, try your best to use the cables which comes with it, so you can get the full advantage out of it. Like this. Okay, so this is secure. Right. And after the setup, it was quite straightforward for the hardware side, and just press turn on and it should turn on. So just give it a while and then we should be able to connect. So once it will start everything, so we will be able to go to the next step. So the next step is the installation of the DSM on the Synology NAS. Okay, so this one all been connected. The hardware installation was quite easy, and now what we have here is the management system for Synology. We're on the same network as my laptop and as my server itself. So it says the status is ready. You just double click on this and it will take you to this welcome screen. So you can just press start, and here you can see the screen. You can give it device name, we call it the CDM, and you can create your own administrator account also, and you can select your password. So in our case, what we're going to do, we can create an account with the administrator name, and here we says it shows us that select an update option for Synology NAS. So, okay, so this screen shows like you can update it based on like the important version. So let's go with the default version and let's press next. And then just follow it. Or you want to create a Synology account to receive more benefits, and you can do that, or you can totally skip it. In our case, we can create one, so I think it will be best always to have an account. Okay, so once you added all the details, you have this account ready, then you just also can sign in via here. So it's always have to have an account so you can get all the latest updates from Synology itself. Okay, so here we have some other tools you can explore. For example, we have the around the clock monitor and protection, support center, diagnosis, and all these things, email notification. I think I will enable this because our thing is important. So you just press submit. Okay, so once the loading is done, so it will start to connect to your ID itself. Now you can sign into your server by your username and passwords. This is for the quick connect, so just keep that in mind. Okay, once you create all your account and like this and set up your password and everything, or via online, we can now connect it already, and we can see. So here, securely access and share files from anywhere. So let's install them now. I will ask it to for the 2FA remind me later, and yep, got it. Now what we have to do is like to create a storage pool and volume. So create a storage pool and volume to start installation packages and storing files on your Synology NAS. So there are different ways of doing it. You can install the app and you can do it from there, but what I'm trying to show you guys is like how easy, like if you're not very tech savvy, you just go online, follow the instruction as it is, and it will help you do everything easily. So this is the whole point of it. So you just press create now, and you can see it here is doing something. There you go. So now you can see that start to create the storage pools and volumes. So we will press the start here, and so Here we need to do the RAID type, so we can use the number of drives 1, default drive tolerance is 1 for the storage, or you can use the SHR or RAID1, or you can just use basic. So it depends on the requirements. What are your requirements? You can set up the RAID type based on that. Okay, so in our case, we will be using the RAID type 1 because we have only 2 drives. So one of the drives we will be using for the fault tolerance. Okay, so we'll just press next, and this is where you see, please select at least 2 drives to create a storage pool with the RAID type of RAID1. So we have 2 for 44 TBs we have installed earlier. So skip the drive check for now because it's a new drive, so I don't want to waste time here. But if you want to, you can do it. It will just take longer to set up. Then press next, and this is where you have the allocated volume capacity. So your total capacity we have is this, and available capacity we have 3715 GB, which is the 3 terabytes, because one of the drive we are using for the fault recovery. Volume description, if you want to give, up to you. So we'll just max it, and then we press next. And here, select the system file, the BTRFS or ext4. So in this case, BTRFS file supports advanced features including shared folder snapshots and replications, shared folder quotations, and data integrity protection. So depends on you, or if you want to go for widely used in the Linux operating system, but we are using like mostly copying our media files and here and there. So I think we are sticking with the recommended version of it. So just press next. Okay, so the next step is the configure encryption. So if you want to encrypt this volume, you can have it, and you can set up the password. In our case, we will skip it. All these settings you can check, you can confirm, and you press apply, and we will be good to go. All right, so this one is all set up already, and the whole point of this part of the video, I wanted to show you guys, like if you are new to servers or NAS, it's very easy to set up. You just follow through. Just make sure one thing, a lot of people do a mistake: stay on the same network. Use the Ethernet cable to do it. That will be your best friend there. If you don't do that, you will struggle a lot. Now what we have here inside, we have a lot of other options which we can go through. Some of this, of course, it's showing you the health, your server name, whatever IP you are on, and then apart from that, you can see your overview of it. Wow, it's nice. It even shows me like drives I have here, and I still have a capacity for 2 more, and I can see the whole storage. I can already start transferring the data here. But if we go here into the control panel here in the dashboard, we have other things you can have it. Of course, your file station is the main thing where you'll be putting all the files and all that, but you can actually directly get the support center here. Also, you can utilize that. You can have a log center. You can even go to the control panel, and you can assign the users, you can delete the users, you can share the folders, file services. All these things can be done here. Okay, so here I can see very clearly that I have one of the package out of date, so I can actually do it, and I can update that package itself here. So these are the things are good to have. So it's always good to do these checkups once in a 1 or 2 months time. Apart from that, we have a package center. So if there is anything else you need, you can actually download from the package center. They have a lot of plugins or applications available. You can use whatever you need to use for your whole purpose, and you can actually install it from here and utilize it for your results. And the next thing, we can have the resource monitor. So here you can actually check and monitor every single thing is going on with your server. So this is also up to you if you want to go more detailed and doing the transfers and all these things, and you want to know how much memory or how much CPU your product is using. So actually you can have it here, and you can have all the information here. And then even for the task managers, you can actually see all the services available inside, and you can see which task is using most of your memory. Same like your task manager on your computer. So it's very straightforward there. Okay, so the next thing you have is your file station. You can have your folders, you can have your data upload. So for example, if I want to just upload, skip or upload, I will write, let's say upload, skip, create a document, and I will just upload it. So you can have your progress here also. You can see all the progress is happening here, and it will be uploading the files. So as you guys can see, even I'm on the online side of it and uploading it directly through there on the web browser. It just uploads very fast, and the same applies to the videos. Videos, of course, are a big files, will take a little bit longer, but for now, for the testing purpose, I think is doing a very good job. Okay, so that's the online version of it. Like for example, we saw how fast it is, but it depends on your Ethernet speed or internet speed also. Now this one is my local machine, so I have some, so we can see it's been synced already. Let's take a very big file. How big is this one? This one 1.76 GB. Let's see how fast it transfers into my folder here. There we go, and we paste the item. In 10 seconds. Oh, that's fast. Okay, so 1.76 GB moving from my local machine in a download folder to a server. That's fast. That's how fast it is. And if I want to access it here online, once it's been synced to the online version, you will be able to see it here as well. So there we go. I can see it here. That was fast. So here you have it. I think it was super fast, easy to use, super nice setup. So if you guys want to know more results on the benchmarking and all that, let me know in the comment section. I'll be happy to reply you guys there. And if you have any other performance questions also, I'll be happy to reply there as well. So let's move on. So to wrap it all up, here are the main pros and cons of having this amazing device. One of the pros we have here is the built-in dual 2.5 gigabit Ethernet port. It has the modern networking, faster than your regular 1 gigabit Ethernet port. It has a solid CPU upgrades, quad-core V1500B, and good support for the expandability. Modern expansion interface, USB-C, and ability to scale up to the 9 bays, and it also have a good value for a 4-bay device with a strong software ecosystem. And not to forget, it has a very user-friendly setup and management. So here are some of the cons. Not having the 10 GB Ethernet add-in card option. I think you'll be hitting a ceiling if you need ultra-high bandwidth. As we mentioned earlier, the USB-C expansion interface may not deliver speed as high as the internal PCIe type solutions, and if you don't have a 2.5 GB Ethernet network switch and a client device, you may not see the full bandwidth. And here are some of my final thoughts. If you are in the market for a 4-bay NAS and you want something future-proof for faster networking, good performance and expandability, the DS925 Plus is a strong choice. As long as you recognize your own network infrastructure and you are comfortable that 10 gigabit Ethernet is not supported, this unit is a sweet spot for many home consumer and small offices scenarios like us. If you guys want to know more about this product, let me know in the comment section. I'll be dropping all the important links in the description of this video. And if you have enjoyed the video, don't forget to give a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel. I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, take care and bye bye.